Hello everybody, my name is Sniping is Fun, and I welcome you back to a very long-awaited, haven't done one in forever, Super Smash Brothers discussion video! I know, I'm sorry, I haven't done one of these in forever. I forgot the last time I even did one. The work has been hell. So, there you go, I'm back. And today's topic is going to be another character want video. And this is another character that I do see brought up a whole hell of a lot. And I do see why people want him and why people don't want him. And it's going to be a pro and con video like always, like I did with Doom Guy and Shantae and Sora and whoever the hell else I did a video on. Shadow, Waluigi, and a bunch of other characters, Rayman and whatnot. But it's going to be, why do people want Dante from the Devil May Cry series in Super Smash Bros. And for the video footage you're seeing on my PlayStation right now, it's going to be Devil May Cry 5, and I'm just starting the game because I'm super late to the party, so I'm playing as Nero, but I'm going to be talking about Dante. So tomato, tomato, whoever cares, it's Devil May Cry. I'm going to be talking about Dante in this video while you're seeing Nero on the screen fighting. But why do people want Let me make sure I got everything perfectly fine before. Can I do it in this options? Sound. Okay, just make sure no sound. Okay, voice volume down. That's all good. Okay, cool. But yeah, why do people want Dante from Devil May Cry and Smash Bros? Why is he such a demanded character alongside the likes of like a Geno, a Waluigi, a Sora, a Phoenix Wright, a type of character? Someone everyone wants. A lot of people request heavily wanting these characters in Smash Bros. Why do people want Geno Geno? I just think about Geno. Because he just got deconfirmed. Me costume. But why do people want Devil May Cry representing Smash Bros? Why do people want Dante in Smash Bros? Well, first and foremost, I think one of the major reasons, and this is going to be more of a pro form video because, like Doom Guy to some extent, like Sora, like Phoenix Wright, like those videos, Shantae and all that, those characters, he is a character I more so want myself. Like, he is a character that I would say pros for me outweigh the cons. I am more in favor of Dante making it in the Smash Brothers than a lot of characters. But like I said with all my other videos, I am fair and I give both the pros and the cons. But why do people want him? Why do people not want him? Let's get this started. Devil May Cry, in my opinion, and I think a lot of people would say that, is probably one of the most, in recent memory, one of the most iconic video game franchises of all time. And Smash is about representing like the most iconic video game franchises of all time, whether or not they're from Nintendo or otherwise, third parties. Like, we've got Metal Gear Solid, we got Persona, we got Final Fantasy, Street Fighter, all these different franchises, Minecraft, for crying out loud. All these major franchises that are not even Nintendo representing alongside the likes of like Fire Emblem and Mario and Zelda and Pokemon and Star Fox and F-Zero and whatnot. Like, Smash Bros. Has become is the gaming space, the big collab, for representing multiple characters, multiple like franchises. It's the be-all end-all iconic gaming, both small and big companies, new and old franchises and everything. And Devil May Cry is one of those things. It's one of the most popular franchises, I would say, for Capcom. I would say maybe top 5 franchises from Capcom. And the series has been around, while not around as long as, say, Mega Man and Street Fighter and Resident Evil and whatnot. It is an older franchise from this. The series is about, I would say, 19 years old at this point? I think 2001 was when the first game came out on PS2. And since then, there's been Devil May Cry 1, Devil May Cry 2, we don't talk about that one, Devil May Cry 3, Devil May Cry 4, Devil May Cry 5, there was DMC, and then a bunch of characters from the series represented in multiple collabs, like and that what was it? What was it on the 3DS, that strategy one that came out, Project Justice, whatever the heck it was called. The one that was like a strategy with SNK and all that, Sega and whatnot, or Namco, I mean, Namco, Capcom, and SNK. Or was it Sega? It was Sega, not SNK. It was Sega, Namco, and Capcom. That series.
What a lovely house plant.
He's been a collaboration character for that. There was that DS game that he freaking was mixed in on, like that card-based game. He was collaborated in, like, the PS2 version of Beautiful Joe. Like, there's multiple either cameos of Dante, cameos of some sort of Devil May Cry character, or like crossover with Devil May Cry into something else all over the place, Capcom or otherwise. And the series has been going strong since then. And it's just like, it's been around long enough to the point where it is one of the most major iconic franchises of all time. And he's one of the most iconic video game characters of all time. So people wanting him in Smash Brothers and wanting the franchise represented in Smash Bros. Makes sense from an iconic standpoint. And on top of that, it's like the franchise, people's main complaint about it is, oh, Devil May Cry doesn't have much history on Nintendo, and there's other Capcom franchises and other franchises that are more historical to Nintendo. Which, there are, but first and foremost, iconic status on Nintendo has never been the major thing, like, only to ever decide on a character. There's characters that are less, like, represented, less Nintendo oriented that made it into Smash Bros. Franchises, and characters less oriented on Smash, than that, and newer, and not even been around as long. It's like I said, iconic status isn't the be-all end-all effect. People always jump on that, like, older characters automatically by default should get in over newer characters, and that's just wrong, because there's a lot of new characters that deserve to do that. But then there's also people that immediately assume it should automatically be new characters, not old characters. And it's vice versa. It just depends on who to add in. But it being one of the most iconic gaming franchises of all time, Capcom or otherwise, Devil May Cry does, I feel, deserve, because of that, to get in. And there is Nintendo in it. Like I said, Project Versus, or why can I not remember the name of that game? Project Cross Zone. That's it. Project Cross Zone 1, 2 on the 3DS, that card game on the DS, Beautiful Joe PS2, and all that stuff like that. Various collaborations, various, crossovers. And then, and like I said, the games are now appearing on Nintendo. Devil May Cry 1, 2, and 3 are all on the Switch. Devil May Cry 4, probably DMC, and I'm hoping Devil May Cry 5, this one, will be coming to Switch one day too. And they're beloved. These games are selling. And, like, so that shows that Nintendo fans like the Devil May Cry franchise. And I just died. But it shows that they're beloved and they are liked, and it's just, like I said, those are probably the major reasons why he deserves to get in, on top of the fact that probably, like, from a music standpoint, I'd say Devil May Cry franchise has some really good music. You got some really good characters for spirits. You got some really good references and costumes. Like a good, interesting stage. Probably different versions of Dante as costume characters. Like, I would say between Devil May Cry 1, 3, and 5, you could probably get 2 of them picked. I would say 3 and 5 as, like, his main costumes. Like, do it like Ike, where it's like half his costumes are half rated and half his costumes are rated and done. Just make Dante's costumes half Devil May Cry 3 and half Devil May Cry 5. But it's like the positives for why he deserves and why he makes sense as a character to get in is it is an iconic franchise in and of itself, regardless if it's on Nintendo or not. And even then, when it's on Nintendo, the games are now starting to appear on Nintendo. Also, on top of the fact that the Dante and other Devil May Cry characters have collaborated and made cameos, such as Project Cross Zone on the 3DS and that big card game, I forgot what it's called, on the DS. Then stuff like the PS2 version of Beautiful Joe, he was one of the unlockable characters. And I think he was in one of the freaking Persona games. I think they had him as a playable character, like a playable person in one of the Persona games too, or Shin Megami Tensei. And it's been around long enough. There's multiple games in the series. It has fan reception. The game franchise sales. The music in the franchise. The voice actor you can get for it. I'm sure he's not union based or something. You could easily get him in, and you could probably get the Japanese voice actor too. What else? And like I said, just fan reception. High demand. He's one of the most demanded characters to ever want to be included in Smash Brothers. So those are all positives, I think, going for him. Iconic franchise that has numerous games that are now starting to appear on Nintendo. Popular character, heavily demanded. A lot of cool things that come with him, like a moveset. People hate on probably a lot of sword users, but Dante's used multiple different weapons. Multiple throughout the game series. There's multiple weapons in the Devil May Cry series he could use as weapons. He wouldn't just be a straight-up sword user. The music, the voice acting, the stages, the stage ideas, you could pick the choices you could pick from, the spirits, what kind of content you could add from the series, and numerous to have Dante be represented in Smash Brothers. A lot of positives outweigh the negatives. Is he the top Capcom character I'd want to see represented in Smash Bros., or the top Capcom character that probably deserves to be represented in Smash Bros.? No, but I'd probably put him in the top 5 somewhere, and I think that's warrant enough to deserve that he deserves to be in Smash Bros. That Devil May Cry deserves to be in Smash Bros. With Dante in some way, shape, or form. Whether or not that's Ultimate or a future Smash Bros. Game is entirely to be decided upon. But tomato, we'll figure it out in the future whether or not Sakurai does it or not. Now, as for the negatives, yes, I would have to admit, first and foremost, in terms of another Capcom character, and right now we have 3 of them already in Smash Bros. We have Ken, Ryu from Street Fighter, and Mega Man from the Mega Man franchise. Us first off getting another Capcom character anytime soon is probably going to be a little smaller, because I'm sure other third parties are going to take a little bit more preference. Someone like a Namco, which only has Pac-Man right now, or franchise or companies that are not even in yet, might take more preference, even despite Capcom and its history with Nintendo. On top of the fact that there are other Capcom franchises by themselves that are probably more deserving to get in. I would say Resident Evil might be a little bit more deserving. Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney is definitely more deserving. Monster Hunter probably is too. And let me see. Anything else? No, I don't think so. I think that's the main 3. It's Resident Evil, Ace Attorney, and Monster Hunter. Its main competition. I don't think there's another series that's the main competition for it to get in. But it's in the top 5. I'd say those 3, Devil May Cry, and then maybe like Okami or something, would probably be the top 5 Capcom franchises at this point that deserve to get in Smash Bros. I could be wrong. I could be missing something. But that's about it. On top of the fact that, to be fair, there are more Nintendo-oriented characters that deserve to get in, so over him, that might hurt. Even though we've had numerous characters that have less Nintendo representation of themselves in the world of Nintendo than Dante and Devil May Cry do. And one complaint people go on about sometimes, and this is for numerous characters like Doom Guy, is usually M-rated characters and M-rated franchises are not usually the franchises you see represented in Smash Bros. We only have so many M-rated franchises in Smash Bros. And that's pretty much Persona, Bayonetta, Metal Gear Solid, and I think that's it. I might be missing one more, but there's not many in it, and it's a very select pickings for what you would think would get into a Smash Bros. Game, because most of the franchises that get in Smash Bros. Are either rated E for everyone or T for teen. There's not very many mature M-rated franchises in Smash Bros. So That is a negative people seem to sometimes grab onto, and they use the negative like the sword user thing. But even though I just stated before, like, he has multiple weapons, he wouldn't be straight up sword user. He has numerous weapons from Devil May Cry's 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And if you want to throw some DMC and stuff in there, or throw in some stuff that don't even get used by Dante, but you get used by like V or Nero or Trish or Lady, you can throw in a bunch of different things. He'd be a multi-weapon user. He'd be basically Byleth with extra weapons, a monster hunter with extra weapons. So the positives and the negatives for that, I do think the positives outweigh the negatives, and personally he is a character I kind of want. He's not my most wanted character. I want the likes of Sora and Travis Touchdown and Shantae and Phoenix Wright a lot more than him, but he is definitely not like on the level of a character I just don't get why people want, like a Waluigi or a Shadow, or a character I don't think deserves it that as much as whatever other characters. So the positives and the pros for why he deserves it: legendary franchise, Capcom, legendary character, popular, heavily requested, Nintendo representation, music potential, moveset potential, everything potential, stage and whatnot. And it's just that. A negative might be the M-rated franchises don't get represented that much in Smash Brothers, and like there's other Capcom characters and other third parties that deserve it more, and moveset potential, depending on how they do it, might piss some people off, but that's not negative personally that why he doesn't deserve it, but that's also a negative for why people will probably complain and cry if he gets in, because, oh, my precious character doesn't get in, and he got in, he got toy user. Stupid crap like that. But that's about it for Dante, and why do people think he deserves to be in Smash Bros? Why do people want Dante in Smash Bros? And there's your reasons for why they do and for why they don't. I personally would like to see him in there one day, whether it happens in Smash Bros Ultimate or the next one or the one after that, who knows? But one day I feel he will get in, but when and where is the problem. And like I said, he deserves it, but whether or not he does or not is another story. So that's it. My name is Titus1. Peace. Please subscribe if you want to. Have a lovely day. And put in the comment section what you guys think. Do you guys want to see Dante in Smash Brothers or not? Put in the comment section down below. We can discuss it there. And I'll see you all later in the next video. Bye, everyone.